Yes, friends, I have good news. Checks are going to be deposited in just 3 days. $1,500 stimulus payments will finally begin going out this Friday. And lawmakers in Congress have said that this relief cash is meant to help Americans financially as the cost of living continues to rise. But some economists and Republicans say that these relief payments will only increase inflation. Friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video because I will be sharing with you all of the details. Also, to say thank you for joining me here every day when I post a video, I'm giving away a $75 Walmart gift card 4 days a week. Please make sure you enter the giveaways by clicking and liking several of my videos and then commenting below the keyword of each video that you watch. During the months of October, November, and December, I will be giving away surprise $200 gift cards to those of you that have been in this community for several months. I know right now can be a very difficult time for many people, and I want you to know that I'm committed to supporting all of you as much as I can.
You love asking me, Sebastian. You love asking me about 2024.
Well,
Look,
hey, I'm running.
Here's what I will say.
You just want a clear answer. You know, everyone's.
I know you want a clear answer. I know, but he's. If Al Sharpton says it, it's you know. Look, it's so funny. You always ask me about 2024. So here's what I can say, and the president has said this himself, he intends to run in 2024. As you know, I cannot weigh in on elections. I cannot speak to elections from here. We do truly follow and try to follow the Hatch Act here, but I will just reiterate what the president has said many times, what I have said many times, is that the president intends to.
Relief is going out to millions of Americans this October. Several states are sending taxpayers money to help them cope with inflation. Some economists warn that the payments will do little to alleviate the pain of rising costs and could further fuel inflation. For example, in the state of California, about 23 million qualifying taxpayers are expected to receive up to $1,500, with smaller payments going to higher earners. These payments, which are technically tax refunds, will start going out the week of October 7th and are meant to help address rising costs. According to California Governor Gavin Newsom's office, if you filed electronically and you received a tax refund by direct deposit, then you can expect to receive your middle-class tax refund by direct deposit as well. Also, in the state of Georgia, taxpayers recently received up to $500 in one-time tax refunds. In a statement, Georgia Governor Brian Kemp said, "As hardworking Georgians face rising inflation caused by failed federal government policies, we are doing what we can to provide relief by returning their money back into their pockets. For families struggling to pay for gas and other everyday costs, having some extra cash could offer some short-term relief, but economists argue that putting more money into the economy can also drive up demand and prices for everyone else." Beth Akers, a senior fellow at the American Enterprise Institute, said in a statement, "Handing out dollars in an inflationary environment will only make matters worse by driving prices up further." So on Friday, the Federal Reserve's preferred measure of inflation showed that prices are still rising, up 6.2% in August compared to a year ago. The central bank is tasked with keeping inflation under control, which can do so by raising interest rates. Unfortunately, higher rates can create economic pain for Americans by making it more expensive to borrow money. The Fed raised its benchmark rate by 0.75 of a percentage point for the third time in a row earlier this month. Jason Furman, a former economic advisor in the Obama administration, has also argued that the payments in California, which is one of the biggest programs, could contribute to rising prices, but still politicians are eager to sell the payments as a helpful benefit to taxpayers in a midterm election year. Friends, the keyword for this video is Buffalo National River. If you would like to enter today's Walmart gift card giveaway, please make sure you click and like several of my videos and comment below this keyword, which is Buffalo National River, and any keywords of any video of mine that you watch. And do make sure, friends, that you are subscribed to my channel. Another round of funding is set to replenish New York's depleted pool of rent relief. But once again, it won't come close to covering the state's estimated need. The U.S. Treasury Department will send $99.4 million to help cover New Yorkers' renters' costs. Landlords have been unable to evict tenants with pending applications, yet unable to collect aid since the fund was exhausted many months ago. Over 135,000 applicants still await some relief. At the average payout, it would take $1.7 billion to fulfill those requests. The latest federal infusion makes the third time that New York has received relief dollars unspent by other states. New York received $27 million in December and $119 million in March, after Governor Kathy Hochul requested $1.6 billion. The New York governor also committed about $800 million to the Emergency Rental Assistance Program in the state budget. Unallocated federal rent relief dollars are split into two tranches. The most recent payout to New York State should empty the first tranche. States have two chances to draw down leftover funds in the second tranche. As of last week, states had spent just over half of the $21.6 billion available in the second tranche. It is unclear, however, how much of that unspent chunk of money might go to New York and when the state will receive it. But it is very important that states move as quick as possible to get relief out to the residents, especially as the number of relief applicants continue to grow. Well, my beautiful friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. Thank you so very, very much, dear friends, for joining me here every time I post a video. Remember, I'll be announcing the winner for the $75 Walmart gift card in a video later today. So enter the keywords in all of the videos that you watch and make sure to stay tuned for that video. Thank you, my friends, and have a wonderful and blessed day.
Tax with respect to corporations. The Clean Energy for America bill, which passed the Senate Finance Committee in the middle of 2021, made up 90% of the final climate package that we dealt with here in the Senate. It meant that for the first time in American history, we'd in effect set aside the tax code and say that for the future, the more you reduce carbon emissions, the bigger your tax savings. And none of it could have happened without a young staffer named Bobby Andres, who day after day for years reached out to every member of the Senate on both sides of the aisle, made himself available so that we could build a technology-neutral, science-driven, market-oriented approach that is going to make it possible for us to reduce carbon emissions significantly by the end of this decade. It simply doesn't happen without this dedicated young man, Bobby Andres. Chris Arneson, John Goldman, Sarah Schaefer were instrumental in going after the tax loopholes that allowed massive, profitable corporations to get away with paying little or nothing. Adam Carasso and Eric Lopresti helped to make sure the IRS had the resources to go after wealthy tax cheats who skip out on paying what they owe. Had a lot of debate around here about taxes. Working people, for example, in Maine, pay taxes with every single paycheck. That's not the way it works with the wealthy tax cheats. And Adam and Eric focused on policies that would allow us to ensure they pay their fair share. Drew Crouch contributed tax policy help on prescription drugs. Rachel Kaus put in extensive work in developing the billionaire income tax. The president, by the way, has a billionaire minimum income tax. Hasn't been enacted fully yet, but I think it's well understood that everybody in America has to pay their fair share. Grace Enda assisted on the clean energy tax policies and more. Ursula Clausing supported the tax team and made sure we were ready for the floor debate. Arthur Shemitz and Melanie Jonas also supported the tax team's hard work. One other point about the Finance Committee's majority tax team. If anybody out there mistakenly